Good afternoon. This is Phil, aka the Commissioner, aka the guy running your league. Hello, week 5 is upon us for the Best Beer Keeper League, and it is about time to get this thing rolling. Let's hit them beats! All right, folks, welcome back. All right, so the podcast is getting better week by week. I figured something out this week. I'm really excited about it. So I'd like to hear some of y'all's feedback when you watch the video on what you think about the music this week and if you think it sounds a little bit better on the video once I load it here. Okay, so let's wrap up last week and then we'll get started with week 5. Week 5, 5. Five, five, five. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, and before I get too far into this, what would a Best Beer Keeper League be without drinking a beer while making the video? Here's to beer. All right. Let's jump into last week. So, the results from last week were as follows. Good Monster Inc. with a big loss to Hide and Zeke. Hide and Zeke gets off the losing board with a 114-93 victory. And Josh's team squeaks out a win over King Green 18, the Battle of the Undefeateds last week. That ended up being a real squeaker. Kevin's team, got another team not naming, anyways, doesn't matter. Kevin's team beat up on D's side piece with a 135-102 victory. Turned down for Watt, doing his thing, undefeated yet again. Beats up Diggs for a blanket. Digs in a blanket with a 105-94 victory. Dog Pound with a big loss this week, falling to 2-2 versus Bama Slamma. So, yeah, it was a good week. 2 teams left undefeated, just 2. And a lot of teams with a lot of losses, like mine. I dropped to 9th place. I don't remember a lot of times I've been in 9th place, but here we are. All right, matchups for this week. Well, no, let's back up. Let's back up. Okay, the as for last week, the weekly challenge for last week was the highest bench score, and congratulations to Joe. He had the highest bench score because he had Cordell Patterson sitting on the bench, who scored about 30 points last week. That was insane. Congratulations. You had 78.6 points on your bench. And you won. So, kudos to you. I mean, this highest bench point score is usually won. I think in the past it's always been won by a team that's lost. But congratulations. And, yeah, get that out of there. Anyhow, Tucker being Tucker. Anyhow, good end of the week 4. So let's move on to the pick'ems for last week. Pick'ems for last week, I went about 500 last week, just under. I was 7-9 for last week. So it wasn't the best week, but it wasn't the worst. So 7-9 against the spread for me. And the totals on the week. There's more Tucker for you. All right. Well, he's great. Totals on the week after all 4 weeks together, I am 24, 39, and 1. I have a lot of good spread picking to do going forward if I'm going to get above 500. And I think the pros are like at 55, 65%, somewhere in there. So, got a long, long way to go because that's not even close. All right. Let's go on to week 5. So First of all, the schedule for this week is as follows. Good Monster Inc. is playing against Turn Down for What? Josh's team is playing against Hide and Zeke. Kevin's team is playing against King Green 18. Dog Pound is playing against Diggs in a Blanket. And Bama Slamma versus D's Side Piece. I'd say the most important games of the week. It's probably Kevin's team versus King Green 18 because that would put one of the top three teams right there, 2-2 versus a 3-1 team. Most of the other games are teams that are on the losing end so far versus teams that are on the winning end. So we'll see if there's some upsets. We'll see if we carry any undefeated teams left into week 4, or sorry, week 5 or week 6 from week 5. But as of right now, with our rankings, Josh's team and Turn Down for Watt at the top at 4-0, and then King Green 18 in third at 3-1. Everybody else is 2-2 or lower. So that's the rankings in group as of this week. All right, so on to the pick'em. This week's pick'em, Thursday. This is a big one tonight. First actual solid game for a Thursday night in a while. We got the Rams versus the Seahawks. Rams at the Seahawks, actually. Rams did not play well last week. They lost. Although, or you could credit the Cardinals and say the Cardinals played really well and beat the Rams at home. Either way you look at it, I would say the Rams underplayed their ability last week. So I'll take the Rams over the shaky Seahawks with the spread is 2.5, so I'll take the Rams minus 2.5. Second game, Jets at Falcons. This one's the one that's in on Sunday morning in London. The Falcons, since I have Calvin Ridley, they're in trouble in this one. They already have Ridley, who's not going to play due to personal issues. He doesn't want to go overseas or whatnot. I don't know. And then their second leading receiver, Gage, isn't playing either. I mean, Patterson's still there, so maybe he'll get more targets and stuff. But I don't like it. I don't like the Falcons this year at all as a team. They're trash. Jets coming off a win. I'll take Jets plus points. Jets plus 3. I'll take it. Dolphins at the Bucks. Oh, as a Dolphins fan, it's been a very, 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 very not fun year. I mean, we had one good week. One good week where we were excited about stuff. It wasn't even a pretty week. It was just a good week. And since then, it's been all shit. It's been super shit. Like, couldn't be worse shit. The line is 10 for Dolphins versus Bucks. I hate to do this, but I'm taking the Bucks minus 10. The Dolphins are terrible. All right, Eagles at Panthers. Line's 3.5. Give me the Panthers minus 3.5. Panthers look real good on defense. Just acquired a really super good cornerback. The offense is, but they're putting up points, so I'll take the the Panthers easy on this. Saints at Washington football team. Listen, I've been riding high on the Washington football team. I bought into the hype in the offseason. I really thought the Washington football team was going to be good. They still might be a wild card team, but the Saints are scary. I don't know what to think of them. So at home, I'll take the Washington football team with the points on this one. 2-point game, so Washington football team plus 2. Titans at Jags. Oof. Talk about two teams that are in ugly spots, probably going different directions. The Titans' defense gotta be the worst defense in the NFL, and the Jags are also really, really bad. But they looked better last week. They gave the Bengals a good game. So I'll take the Jags at home plus 4. I like it. I don't like anything I've seen from the Titans over the last, actually, even the weeks that they've won, they still didn't play in defense. So I mean, we'll see what happens with the Urban Meyer saga down there. Who knows? But to me, it doesn't make a difference. Jags +4. Lions at Vikings. Vikings played well last week on defense. Their offense just got shut down by a better defense in the Browns. Lions have been bad. Bad, 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 bad. They've been in some games, but they've been bad. And then they got blown out a couple games. So I like the Vikings at home. They're a much better team when they play in Minneapolis. So I'll take Lions 7.5. I'll take the Vikings -7.5 in this one. Broncos at the Steelers. Listen, the Steelers got problems on offense all over the field. Ben is hurt. They got very few weapons that are out there being healthy right now. Feels like it's just Najee and Deontay out there. I like the Broncos to bounce back this week. I'll take the Broncos in a point. It's a 1-point spread. Packers at Bengals. This one's a big one for me. I don't think that this will go my way necessarily, but I got to ride who I feel better about. I like the Bengals. I really do. Packers have beaten 3 okay teams in a row. I think the Bengals are better than that. Now, if the Bengals play like they did last week, they're going to get their butts kicked, but I'll take the Bengals +3 points. Patriots versus Texans. Texans got beat 40-0 last week. Need I say more? Patriots, it's a 9-point line. Easy Patriots -9. 40-0. How bad are you? Anyhow, next game, Bears versus Raiders. Line is 5.5. Raiders with their first loss last week. Not that great in that loss. Not terrible, but not great. Bears have been up and down. A couple good games. Actually, they just look good versus the Lions. Raiders -5.5. Hit me. Browns at Chargers. I haven't picked the Browns a lot this year against the spread. Kind of surprised I haven't. But I haven't. So, today I am. I'm going to take the Browns +1.5 at the Chargers to go across the United States and go beat them out there in LA. I think the Browns defense is for real. Their offense is hit or miss, but they can run their way out of everything. So I think they're good. Another team I've taken on the other side, I've taken this team every week. I still like them this week. Giants at the Cowboys. Cowboys, it's a line of 7. I've taken the Cowboys every week so far. I'm 100% on getting red on the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys do it again this week. I think they beat the Giants by 14-15, honestly. So I'll take the boys -7. 49ers at Cardinals. I I didn't think the Cardinals would be this good. I really didn't. I didn't think that. I mean, Kyler Murray was good last year, but he fell apart near the end of the season. Of course, he got hit a lot. They've improved a lot on offense and defense. I mean, most successfully on defense. I mean, their defense was middle of the pack last year. So, yeah, and the 49ers, I don't know. It's grab bag on this game because I can see the other end of this too because Trey Lance is probably going to start for the 49ers, and that's who knows what happens. I mean, he could bust some holes. We'll see. Do the Kyler Murray thing right back to the Cardinals. But I'll take the safe bet on this one. It's 5.5 point spread. I'll take the Cardinals -5.5. Big game. Probably the biggest game of the week for sure. Bills versus Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen in Arrowhead. I fucking love them Chiefs. Go Bills Mafia. Let's do it. Bills. I'm gonna pound the 2.5 points for the Bills on this one. I mean, Bills defense has been legit good since I mean, they've had two shutouts at last three games. I mean, what more do you want? Yeah, the Bills are going to win this shit. Okay, last game, Monday night. Colts, Ravens. I picked the Colts a lot this year. They've let me down a lot this year. However, the Ravens, I mean, they got Lamar. They don't have a whole lot else. We'll see what happens, but I like the Colts plus 7. I'm going to take it. All right. I told you I was going to do some power rankings, so I did some power rankings. So, week 5 power rankings. Number 10. Right now I'm putting the Bengals. 3-1. Best start they've had in years. Looking good. Bengals. Number 9. Them Raiders. Took their first loss last week, but they were playing a Chargers team that's pretty damn good. So I'll put the Raiders number 9 this week. Number 8. Caw-caw. The Ravens. Lamar Jackson's. The fighting Lamar Jacksons. They're looking good out there. Defense is suspect at times. They don't have much of a running game right now outside of Lamar, but he's throwing the ball well. I mean, at least he's putting it up there. He had 300 yards passing last week, so impressive. Number 7, the Browns. Can't believe it. Browns are in the top 7. The Browns defense is second in the NFL right now. No joke. Total defense in the NFL, the Browns are second. Who'd have thought? They're not a stream against, they're a stream for on defense. That's amazing. Keep it up. Number 6, Chargers, who play the Browns this week. Chargers have looked really good the last 3 weeks. They beat the the Chiefs at Arrowhead. They came back last week and beat an undefeated Raiders team. They're legit. These guys can make a run at it, literally down the line here. So we'll see what happens as long as they stay healthy. Chargers are good for 6 this week. Number 5. You know I got to put them in. Them boys looking pretty good. Since the week 1 loss, them boys have just put up freaking numbers and points every week. And they looked really, really good last week, beating up on an undefeated Carolina team. So, Cowboys. Number 4, the Packers. Another team that looked like shit in week 1, but came back and blew everybody else out the last 3 weeks. Aaron Rodgers is for real, per norm, per usual. But Packers defense actually looks better this year. So we'll see what happens, but I like the Packers. Number 3, the Bills. Bills Mafia is for real. Their defense is really for real. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders now. So I want to see more of the Bills coming up, but I like it. Number 3. Number 2, the Rams. I still got the Rams at 2. I know they lost last week. I still think they're the best team. I think they're the team to beat. I think they're the team that wins the NFC this year. They've looked the best on offense and defense consistently. Tampa is obviously, you know, up there as far as this goes. Wow, did I not have Tampa in here? Shoot. All right. Well, we're gonna have to make a 2B. We're gonna put the Buccaneers as 2B because Buccaneers could win it all as well. You know, TB12. You know, they be doing their thing. But they have not looked as good, and their defenses are really bad. So, yeah. And then number 1, the Cardinals. Undefeated. Last one. Huge win last week at the Rams. Can't say anything more than that. And that's it for this week. One last thing. The weekly challenge for this week is Rookie Action Week. So if you got a rookie that you're really wanting to get trot out there and you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know if he's a good bet for this week. Well, this might be the week to do it because if you had the highest scoring rookie out on your team this week, active on your team, you might win the award of the week. So good luck to everybody. I will see you on the flip side of this weekend. And I really hope the Dolphins can figure out a way to do something. Something. Anything. And above all else, Joe, I'm coming for you this week. I'm not going to go 1-4. It's not going to happen. To everybody else, have a good night. Peace.
Started as a whisper, message from a new